4 were born in Boise, Idaho, at a breeding facility by the Peregrine Fund. It's a raptor breeding facility out there in Boise, Idaho. So they were born there, and they are meant for captive breeding. So we're kind of acting as a holding facility, which there aren't that many yet. There's not a whole lot of places condors can live in captivity. So us opening this exhibit was actually really beneficial to the population, because we can have birds kind of come in and out and be used as a holding facility. So these guys, once they're sexually mature, they will move on and live in a captive breeding situation. But we do treat all condors as if they're releasable. They're fully capable birds. So we're really hands off of them here at the zoo. We try not to go in with them that often. We don't manipulate them unless we need to for some sort of medical reason. So we want to keep them as wild as possible so that they can be released if needed, because we don't want them to be too attracted to humans. So again, these guys are about 2 years old. Condors are sexually mature between 6 and 8. So we've got a couple more years, and basically as we start seeing them take on those characteristics of becoming sexually mature, that's when we'll end up catching them up and sending them out so that they can breed. And then we'll get other birds in. So we're going to be kind of rotating what birds that we have, just depending on what the population needs are. So when they become sexually mature, they get that characteristic kind of reddish orange neck and face. So it takes about 6 or 8 years for that coloration to come in. So that's how, another way you can tell these guys are juveniles, because they all have those black heads. They are all about 18 to 20 pounds. They do have that 9.5-foot wingspan. If you take a look at this poster over here behind Piper, you see that is a real size picture of a condor. And I know it doesn't even really look that big from where we're standing, but if you go up there and you put your arms out, you can see how much bigger they really are from us. So that's real life. That's a bird that was flying over, I believe, out in Grand Canyon. So there's a few wild populations out there, and we're just one of the many players. We have U.S. Fish and Wildlife is involved, the Peregrine Fund, and of course a few of the zoos like San Diego Wild Animal Park, San Diego Zoo, like Trent was just saying. We were the 4th zoo in the world to exhibit these guys, so it was really exciting for us. And what we wanted to do with this exhibit is really showcase that this is their natural home. One of the last pairs to come in out of the wild, 20, 25 years ago or so for captive breeding to kind of save the species, actually did nest out in Santa Barbara County here. So, we're looking at their natural home as we look out into this exhibit. So that was something that was really important for us to show and to share with our guests. There's no reason to have these birds in captivity if we can't learn from them in a situation like this. So it's really exciting for us. The other thing that we really like to share with our guests is 2 of the biggest things that are threatening condors out in the wild still today. One of those is lead ammunition. The other one is microtrash. Does everyone know the lead ammunition story? Pretty much. So these guys feed on carcasses, and when hunters go out and they shoot lead ammunition into a carcass, sometimes these guys get the lead from gut piles, because hunters will dress their kill out in the field and then leave a gut pile that might have lead in it. The other problem with lead is that it actually fragments as it goes into a body. That's something a lot of hunters aren't even aware of. When the lead bullet goes in, it breaks up and spreads throughout the skin. So if they just leave that game there, the condors will come and eat it and end up getting lead. So lead, and these guys are just really susceptible to lead, and there's also studies going on in a lot of other raptors and also turkey vultures to see how lead affects them right now, because we know it affects condors so much more than any other bird as far as we can tell right now. It just makes them really, really sick, and they will die of lead poisoning pretty easily. The other thing is microtrash. Actually, if you look at this little thing over here, you can look in it. It's broken pieces of glass. It's old pieces of metal, screws, nuts, bolts, pieces of cans, ammo fragments from shooting ranges, anything like that. These guys eat bone fragments. They eat hard things. And for some reason, sometimes they pick up microtrash. And one of the biggest problems is when they're nesting and they carry that microtrash and take it back to their nest and feed it to chicks. So those are two of the biggest things really impacting the wild population right now.